Hey guys.
Well, Jake Fun right here.
Yep.
Before we get into the actual fight, we see the ice pack, we see your leg up there, the crutches. Physically, how you feeling after a fight like that?
Yeah, good. Adrenaline's pumping after fight in front of the Sydney fans. I don't know what's going on. I'm like getting heart palpitations and stuff. And I'll probably let him land a few more calf kicks than I should have. But my calf's pretty conditioned from copping a lot of those over the times.
So was that damage from what you were doing or him throwing a lot of
That was from him throwing, yeah. I mean, I was just sort of like just planting and letting him land. Usually I would get out of the way, but yeah, it's all good. Didn't slow me down.
So was that part of the game plan to attack the legs like that? Or
For him?
For him
to let him...
No, I mean like when he was attacking the legs and you just kind of kept going for it.
Well, he doesn't really throw too many leg kicks.
Yeah.
You know, like none of these guys fight me the way they fight usually. It's kind of frustrating. Firstly, a lot of these guys, like, they're pit bulls. They go forward, and as soon as they feel my hands, then they're moving backwards, like Phil Rowe, Francisco, Michael Morales. So I think I need to start planning on me moving forward in the fights rather than catching them coming in because, yeah, after the first exchange, everyone seems to move back. So it's just complete, like, 180 of what we expected.
So that was going to be my next question. So the game plan that he brought was not what you were expecting in there?
No, not at all. I don't think any of these guys stick to their game plans against me. My boxing, I don't know if it. I have to look it back. I have to watch it back. I don't know if it looks like it or not, but my boxing is very, very, very good, and I don't necessarily look like I'm throwing hard, but when I'm landing on these guys, you can see like he's kind of cut up and busted. So that just puts these guys on the back foot, and I think just from now on I need to expect that these guys are going to be moving backwards against me rather than me catching them as they're coming in.
You mentioned, you had a little adrenaline going right now. You've long said, you don't have to fight in Australia. You kind of like fighting around the world. But what was it like fighting out there in Sydney again?
It was good. Yeah, damn, like I just want to get the finish. I was honestly expecting first round finish, just working on pumping those left hooks, but I think we were just both falling away from the left hooks a little bit too much. And yeah, just need to work on adapting with that. But no, fighting in front of the Sydney fans was good. I would have liked to not have my this is like my ring rust fight because I haven't fought for 6 months, so I would have rather not have that fight at home. I would have liked to get a big finish here in front of the crowd, but it looks like Jimmy might have got a finish. Is it still going? Still going? Oh, okay. Yeah, I always expected the finishes, but yeah, we're gonna get a quick turnaround, and the next fight we're gonna finish them.
Well, this was your 10th win at Well, this was your 10th win at welterweight, and it's your first back-to-back win since 2020. So I guess what do you want the rest of your year to look like? Yeah,
not a roller coaster like the last few years. Just just too long in between fights, and then like 6 months off, and then fighting a guy like Michael Morales. Going close decision, like it was borderline split decision against him, and that's what I'm calling out Neil Magny. I beat Rowe, went close decision with Michael Morales. Morales knocked out Neil. Phil Rowe almost beat Neil as well. So I feel like that's just a natural progression for me next. And that's, I don't know if he's top 15 anymore, but that would get me one step closer to being top 15. Next 3-4 fights, I can be well and truly deep in the top 15.
And, the broadcast and even online, they still label you this up-and-coming welterweight, but you just turned 30. I think you've had 20 fights in the UFC. Do you still feel like you're this prospect that people label you as, or do you feel like an established veteran in this division?
Yeah, absolutely. I just see a mirror image of like a Dustin Poirier style situation. Goals. Everyone said he's a journeyman, paid him off, and he was in there for years and years and years. And then what was that? Look, what happened? Hey? Oh, nice. Sorry. Where were we at? Yeah, like a Dustin Poirier style thing. I've been a journeyman for so long, but people always forget that I got him when I was 19. So I had to learn on the job, and try and hang with the best guys in the world while I was 19, 20, 21. And I feel like now I'm peaking. I love the sport just as much as ever, still just as motivated. So I definitely still think I'm a prospect in that sense.
So kind of going off of that, my last question, you just turned 30. When are you going to be the Celtic man?
I spoke about this with my wife, and she goes, you're not a kid anymore, but you're not quite a man. You're like a man-child. So she goes, maybe the Celtic man-child might be the new name. Yeah, look, that might, like, someone's actually mentioned that might be a barrier because just subconsciously, like, you got the kid thing in there, whereas I'm not anymore. So we might just sack it completely. Cheers. That's it.
Beg, just back here.
Yep.
You mentioned you wouldn't have loved to have, I think you referred to it as a bit of a ring rust fight at home. You would like to get the finish. Obviously, you were hunting it. But do you think, did he do something to not get finished, or did you just feel there were moments where you maybe couldn't have executed on it?
Yeah, his defense was very high, like throwing his head down on the combinations, whereas he's a bit more confident usually, like head up, and he'll stand and swing, and he finishes off those left hooks a bit tighter. But he was just, his head was down low. He was falling away on the hooks, obviously trying to just avoid me hitting him, which is a little bit frustrating because when someone wants to defend, it's very hard to hit him. You know what I mean? And you could see that his offense, he wasn't really landing much. So it's kind of double-edged sword. He was defending well, but he wasn't really landing much. There was openings there. There was openings there that the corner was calling from. I just didn't really adjust in time, which was the uppercuts because he's dropping his head. The uppercuts were there. Probably some body shots too, but it's just back to the drawing board and add them into our training camps.
I wanted to talk about those clinch uppercuts. Jimmy has been using those very well throughout that fight as well. Is that something that really got worked on at Australian Elite Team this camp?
Nah, it's something from my footy days. We used to just jump a punch, get in close and throw them up. I don't know. Me and Jimmy, we're dogs. When we fight, we just, wherever the opening is, we're going to throw for it. So the opening was there, and I think twice I threw multiples, and it actually stumbled his legs. I don't know if you could tell or not, but he actually got a bit wobbled from those. I like being in pocket and in the dirty boxing range, and just need to start working on the accuracy in the gym.
And finally, for me, for most of this interview, you've had your leg up on the table. We see it's a bit wrapped up there. Have you got the leg checked out? Is everything okay with it?
Yeah, just copped probably 5 or 6 kicks too many. It'll be fine. A couple of days. It's nothing unusual. I think I saw John McAuliffe was limping out with ice packs in his legs too. It's very normal for combat sports. So yeah, there's definitely nothing majorly wrong. Probably back in the gym in the next week or two.
Awesome. Congratulations on the victory.
Thanks, mate.
Jimmy just fought to a draw.
Oh, the guy must have rallied, huh? Okay, that's good. That's all right. Well, Jimmy's got more ring rust than I have. He's had 500 and something days out. So just for him to get back in there, to be honest, we know Jimmy close. Just for him to be able to come back and get back in the octagon, it's a big deal for him. Win, lose or draw. So, yep.
I just wanted to ask, because it's your division, who you got in the Bilal and Shavkat fight?
I love Shavkat. I'm a big fan of his. I know I shouldn't say that because we're more like colleagues or peers, Might fight the guy one day, who knows? But yeah, I just like his style. He's just that still-faced assassin, just so well-rounded. He's I don't know, him and Bilal in the wrestling game. Bilal might edge that out, but in the submissions and the striking, I think Shavkat's got it covered. So it's going to be an interesting fight. I think it's going to be a very eventful fight on Shavkat's behalf, or Bilal's going to sort of slow it down and control him and maybe grind out a decision. Thanks, bro. All done? Thanks, guys.